Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to the back porch. Um, Probably need to find a better place to do this, but man, the weather's been beautiful, and I like being outside, to be honest with you. But today, I want to talk to you about budgeting. I am not, by any means, I want to get that out there. I am not a finance expert. I am not a financier. Uh, I am not a budget expert. This is just some things that became very apparent to me after I decided that it was time to quit working. So I hope some of this helps. I'm going to go over a few things that just really opened my eyes, and hopefully, you guys will be along for the ride and maybe pick up a thing or two. You may notice me a few times kind of look down over here. I got some notes, so I try not to forget anything in today's video. So my name is Tim. Welcome to the channel. It's brand new. It's very low budget, very low key, but I'm having a really good time doing this, y'all. So just humor me. So welcome to the channel. Please throughout the video, if you need to comment on something, by all means comment. Uh, I try to respond to all of them. So, but here we go. When I decided that I was ready to quit working here this last December, um, I was so burned out. I was so fed up uh, that I really didn't take into consideration a lot of things. And budgeting and how much money that our family had going out every month, um, I didn't give it really enough thought. As a matter of fact, I really didn't give it a whole lot of thought, to be honest with you. Um, we had gotten to a point in our life to where we were making pretty decent money. We did not really adhere to a budget. When we were younger and our kids were living at home and we weren't making as good of money, we did, as a matter of fact, have a budget, a strict budget, and we stuck to it. Back in those days, we did not have a cell phone. We very rarely went out to eat, and when we did go out to eat, it was something very inexpensive and very quick, like fast food, like something in and out, and that was a big treat. But as we progressed in our professional lives, and as we started to make more money, we drifted off of really any kind of budget. And then up until here recently, I didn't pay much attention to it. But just kind of a quick walkthrough of what I found is, after I had been off for several weeks, I noticed we had a lot of money just leaving the checking account. And I was like, I'm not spending any money. Where's this daggone money going? Um, and so I thought, you know what? I really need to go in there and look and see where this money is going. So what I did was I went and I do not have any budget forms or any kind of things that I printed off the internet or any of that. I literally sat down with a notebook and made columns. And I said, I'm going to go through and I'm going to research and find everything that I can that we're spending hard earned money on every month. Biggest expenses was home and car insurance. When we were younger and paying a mortgage, praise God, our house is paid off, our cars are paid off. But you paid your mortgage. It covered your escrow. It covered your insurance. It covered your premium. So we really didn't give it a second thought. We were like, the house is insured. We're making our house payment. Probably not the best way to do that. We had our car insurance through the same company, and we thought we were getting a pretty good deal because it was bundled, and maybe we were paying a little bit more than some others, but we thought we were getting a deal. Comes to find out, we were not. Once I left the workforce, I sat down and discovered that we were paying a lot for home and car insurance. Um, I called our current insurance or the current insurance company that we had at the time, and they basically told me, "Hey, sorry, it's just the way that it is. Insurance is high. Uh, you're kind of out of the loop." And I said, "Okay." Well, I shopped it, and I found out that I was paying a lot more. I got our insurance on both the home and the cars cut down to almost half of what we were paying. Half. Tremendous savings. I got the same, if not better, coverage for doing that. So that was a big expense. Something that you surely should look into is your insurance coverage. Also, naturally, you're going to look at your monthly expenses. You know, your electric bill, your gas bill, your water bill. Looked at all of those to see what we were spending to put that in our budget, to be able to track it. And I was pretty surprised at how much we were spending there. I got a letter not too long ago from our electrical provider saying that our rates were fixing to go up again, and to be prepared for that. And then on social media, on Facebook the other day, I saw several people saying they got this month's electric bill and it had gone up substantially. But I did look into into what I call the big three, gas, water, and lights. I looked into that to see what we were spending there. Also looked at your phone bill. A lot of people pay a lot of money, and we were some of that lot of people, for a phone bill every month. Now, I had my wife's phone and her watch. We have my phone. I have a 21-year-old son still living at home, and he is still currently on our phone plan. So basically, you say 4 lines, we were paying a whole lot of money. And we kept seeing ads for, you can, $50 a line a month. Did some research, and this was actually before I quit working. We did get our phone bill lowered tremendously, which is a big help. We're seeing a lot of commercials out there about websites that will help you track to see where your monthly subscriptions are going. And I kind of giggled at those at first. I was like, man, I know where my money's going. I know what we're paying for. Comes to find out, I did not use any of those advertised services because they cost money. I went out and did some of my own research with some of my bank cards to see where or if any fees or any monthly payments were going. And lo and behold, I found some. It turns out we were paying for multiple streaming subscriptions, some that we did not even use. I went to the wife and asked her, I said, are we using this? Are we watching anything off of this? And it was, well, every great once in a while, maybe I watch, so-and-so. But come to find out, most everything that we wanted to watch was on the one subscription service. I'll say it, YouTube TV. We are subscribers to that. And then I think we had several others that we terminated. We did keep Netflix, and I think we kept a Paramount, I think. But we got rid of some others. And then, come to find out, I thought I was doing really good. I didn't find them all. I found some more later, which was kind of eye-opening. Some that were annual and not monthly. And that turned out to be a savings as well. Excuse me, I do got to look at my notes. A lot of people have credit card debt. We do as well. There are several financiers, there are several people that will tell you that you need to get rid of your credit card debt. You need to cut them up, throw them away, don't use them. And I'm sure for some people that works out pretty well. However, I don't think I can do that. And there's pros and cons to that. We don't have just a whole lot of credit card debt as a family. We have some. We are not like those that have tens and tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt. We have been able to stay on top of that and manage it fairly well. But it is an expense. There is a huge interest rate applied to your credit card debt. So we do try to keep it to a minimum. But I come from the school that, if I ever need it, I got it. If I ever need a huge purchase and it's an emergency, I can use it. And you tell yourself that, I'll just pay it off at the end of the month, and hopefully you do. But we've been guilty of not doing that from time to time. So I will continue to carry just a little bit of credit card debt, not just a whole lot. There were some smaller cards that I really don't use anymore. There was 2 or 3 of them that were actually charging us fees, and I closed those accounts. I did away with those cards. Now I use my debit card, and it stings a little bit more, because that's coming straight out of the bank account, and it's like, oh, so you tend to want to watch your spending a little better when you're using that debit card or cash, for sure. But there were some things, after I did that, I was so proud of myself. I went beaming to my wife and said, look what I did. I saved us some money, and we're doing this and we're doing that. And come to find out, I missed some things. I got to looking at some other stuff. Actually, one today was taxes. My property and my home tax. We own our home. It is paid for, but I still have to pay taxes on it every year, and taxes go up every year. Our taxes went up, oh Lord, 20 some odd percent from the year before. That's a lot, and I did not put that into the budget to cover. I need to go back and add that. And speaking of that, a budget is not just really a one and done thing. You need to evaluate it monthly, I would say. Every month, go out and kind of evaluate your budget, and there could be something that you missed. There were things that I missed. Taxes was one. Figuring in car expense. If you travel or if you go somewhere, and we all do, there's going to be expense on your vehicle. Eventually, you're going to have to put tires on it. You're going to have to put fuel in it. You're going to have to change the oil. You're going to need wiper blades from time to time. You're going to have to clean it occasionally. There could be other maintenance things that go wrong. So you do need to make sure you put in your budget a little bit every month for car expense, for sure. Another one that I just flat out missed was a Sirius XM subscription, and I don't have it. I don't have a Sirius XM subscription in either one of my vehicles. My wife does, and it is an older subscription. We've had it for a long time. I found out through research, through doing my own little research, that it is no longer the $3 or $4 or $5 a month, introductory. Don't go away, Tim. We'll miss you. We'll do it for $5 a month. Yeah, it suckers up over about $32 a month for that subscription. So I'm gonna have a little chat with her. She might be losing her Sirius XM. She might have to play something off of her phone. So, but another thing to figure in is groceries. I did figure that into our original budget, and that one was a little tough for me because I have never been the grocery shopper. That was always, I won't say my wife's job, but that's what she did. She did most, or if not the majority of the grocery shopping. And groceries are a little funny to me. We have our consumables that we eat and that we prepare for meals, but you also have laundry soap, dishwashing liquid or soap, those consumables, paper towels, toilet paper, those sort of things. So I went back and looked at about 6 to 8 months worth of grocery expense to get an idea of what we were spending roughly, weekly on groceries. So, there's a lot to it. I really wish that I had had the fortitude and the knowledge to look at this several years ago. I'll throw the excuse out there that, I was busy working and things were going just fine. But, when you decide to leave the workforce, or somebody decides to get you out of the workforce and you no longer have that paycheck coming in, it's a real eye-opener, a real eye-popper when you start seeing just exactly how much money you spend a month. And then as you're doing that and you're discovering things, you're like, what can I do to correct it? How do I fix this? Oh, another one, life insurance. That was a different policy that is a monthly expense. Health insurance, which right now I currently do not have. I'm shopping for that. That's another expense that's going to have to be figured in. So we've become such a society of it automatically comes out of your account, or it's automatically paid for. And we do that, I guess, under the premise of, I won't forget that bill. That way I'll never have that excuse is that didn't get paid because, well, it automatically comes out of the account. And there can be price increases. There can be stuff added onto that. And there will be stuff that you forget. So I don't care how old you are, or what your place in the workforce is. You need to sit down and evaluate this stuff from time to time. I did not. And I'm really finding some things now that, man, I wished I'd have found a long time ago. I could have saved myself a ton of money, a ton of headache, and would have been a little bit better prepared to say adios, to the working game. So, but that was, a few things that I stumbled across. I think that, I don't know if I touched on this a minute ago or not. I kind of got off my notes, but a budget is not a one and done thing. I've also discovered that you need to do it at least once a month. Once a month, have everything figured in. And part of your budget, if you don't use all of it, I mean, it's not like some state or government entities, well, we'll just blow it on something. Roll it over to the next month. If you have extra money, take that money and put it back in a savings account or put it back into an investment account. But be smart with your money. I mean, I am 61 years old. I'll be 62 in October. And I have worked a very long time, and I have worked very, very hard under some very stressful conditions to have a life and have a home and to have vehicles and to have a place to live. And I'm tired. You will be too one day. So don't be tired and finding out that you blew a whole bunch of money when you were younger, like I did. But anyway, that's about all I have at the moment. I kind of feel like I might have rushed through that a little bit, and I'm sorry. But like I said, I am not a financier. I am not a budget analyst by any means, or a financial advisor of any kind. But this is just some things that I found and just kind of really opened my eyes. And then I, kind of look at myself like, Tim, you big dummy. You could be sitting here talking about your next trip you're going to make or something instead of talking about budgets and trying to save money if you'd have done this a long time ago. But thank you for coming by. Thank you for checking in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I still haven't come up with any kind of a catchy closing slogan or anything like that. Hadn't really been working on one because I don't want somebody to say, hey, you stole mine from me. That's just like mine. So I don't want to be that guy. But I do appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you checking in. And, hey, give us a like or give us some criticism. Put something in the comments. Maybe there's something in there that you do or that you have an expense that I don't. Maybe somebody else has the same one. Maybe there's something I overlooked. That taxes was a big one. Boy, I got to go, oh, golly, man, that's a lot of money, too. And you average that out over the year, and it's a few $100s a month. So taxes got to be paid. They'll take your stuff away. So anyway, it's a beautiful day here in East Texas. It's going to be in the 80s. I'm sitting on my porch just enjoying this at the moment. Got my exercise in this morning, did my healthy stuff, and now I need to go get busy doing my chores before my wife gets home from her job, or I will be in big trouble. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see y'all soon, or talk to y'all soon anyway. Thanks for coming by, and God bless you. See you soon.